Hey there, and welcome to another episode of Idle Weekly. So, this week I thought that I would show you a new game that I started playing just a few days ago. This has appeared on Steam recently, and it is called The Wizard and Minion Idle. Now, what I know about this game is that, for example, this is basically the main screen. You have these spells. Well, initially, until yesterday, they were training stuff like sword, axe, etc. weapons. But yesterday, they decided to remove that because sword, axe, and stuff doesn't really make sense for a wizard, right? So they changed this and made them into different spells instead. But other than that, this is exactly the same as it was. They also have these new fancy gradients or animations here, which I personally really like. But in case you don't like it, you can turn it off here. Also, this is a fun one. So you can just... This is basically a joke thing. So you can just click it on or off, because the game doesn't have any sound anyway. So you can just click these buttons and it will count up. That's why it's a mute counter. It does nothing, as far as I know. So that's interesting. Why not, right? So I just clicked it 50 times because it seemed like an interesting number to stop at, but now it's 65, why not? Now, initially I started with 1000 mana, using 1000 mana at the time when I'm putting them into stuff. But now I have reached a point where I can do it in 10,000, in increments of 10,000 at once. So that's what I have been doing. But you can also put 100%. I just have saved it here. You can save your number here. There are several things that you can do with your mana. Main thing is this here, where you gain offense and defense that you use to fight these enemies with. Now, I'm fighting slowly because that's just how I roll. I tend to go further in a stage whenever I can kill the evil creature without my health reaching my numbers. Then I will move on, because that guarantees that I can actually properly idle in the next stage. So that's how I play. Another thing you can use mana for, while here you can take mana off and you can use it. In the Conjuring tab, you can use mana permanently. I mean, it regens whenever this fills up. Mine is at 1338. It regens 1300 every cycle. But in the Conjuring tab, for example, this one requires 22,000 mana, and it will use it up permanently. So it needs to gain it again, back again. So 22,000 mana to gain an additional 1% mana refill. The bonus is currently 13%, why not? Whenever you do Conjuring, you gain demons, and demons you can use on these different things. For example, you can boost your mana refill, mana power, defense, offense, experience, gold, or all at once for a smaller percentage. I prefer to go just all at once. I know it's probably, or most likely, inefficient, but that's how I just like to do it. I prefer going... I prefer using an all option whenever it is available, most of the time. And I think that the demon's reproduction's only purpose is increasing the spirit refill. amount. I think that's the entire purpose of this. Yeah, this is a really complex game in the sense that there is a lot to do. It is simple once you learn what each of the things are, but it's complex in the sense that I really like incremental games which have a lot of stuff. A lot of different currencies, a lot of different upgrades, and they all somehow build into the same thing. So in this game, they build into this little fighting system here. You can also upgrade, of course, your town. For example, gold income, mana refill timer goes up faster, spell bonus, enemy stats decrease enemy stats is at minus 19%. You gain, for example, I gain 1100 gold per run or per kill. And this costs 159,000 at this point. They get pretty expensive quickly. This increases, no. I think school increases the slowest. With its price, I mean. You can also increase the amount of demons you can have in your reproduction. And I think these are my favorite ones. Offense and defense. Percentage just flat. Although spell bonus is also nice because it increases the amount these give. You also have, this is the second main part of the game, is your minion. This is the one thing that actually spells, conjuring, demons, and town reset when you reincarnate. This is this game's version of the reset system. And these 4 tabs reset to 0. But Minion does not. Minion and Minion's lab, this stuff here, stay. Adventure also stays. So I'm currently using this stuff. The area I'm at, this area drops this and this. The other stuff I have gotten from elsewhere. And yeah, I haven't gotten anything else interesting. Oh, I have gotten this ginger bag. But attack and defense wise it's worse than this currently, so I haven't been using it. These are the only 3 I can do, or 4. This is also something I can do, but I'm currently doing this because it's stronger. Or harder. Another system in this game is the generator, which you can put your spirit into. And the spirit you invest in here will generate essence, which gives a passive bonus. For example, my 685 million essence gives 82% to offense. But whenever you have a charge available, you can click on this bar here. And it will give you the amount it says here, for example 9% or 6%. It gives to this tab, 68% currently. That's a permanent bonus that does not reset. So this is another part that resets when you reincarnate. Except for this here. This 68%, 62%, 17%, these are permanent. So you can increase these forever. What else is there? There is this dungeon system. Whenever you gain enough or create enough spirit, you can use shadows who will clear dungeons for you. I only have these 2 dungeons available currently and they increase my offense, defense and mana refill power. Mana refill is the amount you get each cycle, and power is the amount. Power is the amount it uses here. As you can see, mana invested times mana power, so 10,000 times 1,300. That's the amount of XP I get per second. Then there are challenges. This is I'm sure that this is familiar to you from a different game. The entire game is actually fairly familiar compared to another game I have shown in the past. And the challenges give you different rewards. For example, this first one unlocks a dungeon. So first step 1, which dungeon is it? This is this dungeon here. I don't know what that dungeon is because it doesn't say, but it is something. And you have the world boss. I have no idea how to unlock this world boss here. And then I also don't know if these even exist, but this is a special key thing, so it has to be unlockable. But I currently have only Dolahan. This is passive, you click on this, and when the boss is up you click on this, and you will do passive damage. You also probably noticed that here, when fighting monsters, you gain a little bit of XP. I get like 23, I think. The XP you can use here, so I have only used it on these 3 currently, because I wanted to boost my mana refill and power. But the next one I will definitely invest in is this one, Reincarnation bonus generator. 350,000 XP. What this does is it unlocks this. Basically the generator affects how high a bonus you get for reincarnating, which is useful. At least I think so. I will reincarnate once I get the demon's meditation level to green. You can technically reincarnate already when this turns green, but I'll just use this time to make sure I get the higher mana cap and spirit cap for the next run through, to make the next run even easier. Because the problem currently is, look at how much mana these two need. This is the first reincarnation I can actually even level this, but as you can see it's only 50 levels, and it takes like 10 minutes for level 51 at 120,000 mana. That's way too slow. Basically only these 3 I can reliably level up, and this one takes about, let's see, 37 seconds at this point. But I'm sure that in the next reincarnation I can probably level up Poison Cloud and Blink reliably as well. Because I will hopefully get to about 900,000 mana. We'll see. Don't worry about pink mana capped. You don't have to keep using mana on Conjuring to be able to increase the cap. Even though the mana is capped, you still gain additional next life's mana cap for this. So it does. That's why despite it being capped, it still moves the progress bar, because you still gain it. There's also, of course, this soul shop. You gain souls passively, about 1 every, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. And if you are offline and come back after a while, like a day or something, then it fast forwards the soul gains to catch you up, which is a nice mechanic. And I probably want either Conjuring. Yeah, I think I want Conjuring Auto first, and then I definitely want Town Auto. Don't like to see your mana vanish? Don't endure that anymore, just go away and come back with Conjuring leveled and your mana full. This feature still uses your mana to cast, yep. And this spending gold is always a hard thing to do, this is why I offered to do it for you. Always buy the cheapest building. Actually I think I might go with this one first. Because, well, I tend to go with get to 1000 each one, then 10,000 each one, then 100,000 each one. But I think that if this does it for me, it will make things a lot easier. And you probably also noticed this tab. I don't know what this is yet. But once I find one, I will see what this tab is. Let's level this up. That'll be nice. I thought that I would try to get the drop chance to 100%. But I probably won't. Not yet anyway. Because it is getting pretty slow, it's almost 10 seconds each at this point. And that's really all I know about this. There is also this event. But hey, that's really all I know about this game so far. It's one of the bar simulators, or progress bar simulators, but it has a lot of different stuff attached to it that make it significantly more interesting than regular progress bar simulators tend to be. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.